we all know that today is the case for Adriana and Kenson. I came a little bit late, so I'm getting an update from him because he was around. Yes, Mr. Fitzramble, tell us.
Well, they both were charged. They both were headed for minor charges. Anybody in this country who attempts to exercise their democratic right to freedom of expression and freedom of association and what have you ought to be so allowed to do. You know, I mean, we cannot give the impression that we are stifling democracy in this country. Yes, we are fully aware of all the rules and regulations and laws, and this is a society of law and order. Kenson and Adriana are people of law and order.
Right, and you stand in solidarity.
Of course, we stand in solidarity with them and with anybody who exercises their democratic right and express freedom of expression. Our sovereign responsibility as citizens is once every 5 years when we vote. But what happens between those times if we're not satisfied with what the government is doing? If we're not satisfied with what our servants are doing, because they are our servants. If you have a home and you hire somebody to be your maid or your servant, they have to do what you want. The government is not doing what the people want right now. I'm not the legal counsel, so I wouldn't get into the details of the charges. But they both Kenson and Adriana pled not guilty to all the charges, and the matter has been adjourned till the 17th of November, 2021.
Yeah. I've seen a phenomena here that have never happened before in the history of St Vincent and Grenadines. I don't know if you want to talk about it, in that here you are, we are being stopped from going to the courts, and everybody used to be able to pass through here. What do you think of something like this?
Well, I suppose the argument can be made that given the nature of this particular case and the one before with Anime, but in my view, and this is just my view, no pun intended, I mean, there are absolutely too many police here. I mean, that's just my opinion. People can agree or disagree, and I think it sends a particular message that we ought to be very careful about. I mean, people are very sensible in this country. Our level of social consciousness has really heightened, and I think everybody can see and understand what's going on here.
Okay, I'm going to go in a little strange realm now, and you could do that answer if you feel that some people on the other side and some independents see Kenson and Adriana as people who violate the peace. How you feel about something like that?
Well, clearly, the New Democratic Party doesn't support any kind of violence of any sort. And we certainly don't support any kind of criminal activity of any sort. Now, having said that, both Kenson and Adriana have been charged. They are not criminals. They are not violent people from my experience with them. And I think that...
Now that's the police, right? They are still at the back of these vehicles, not secured. Look at them.